Yo, guys, what is up? Welcome to TSO Crypto, home for Crypto TA. I am your host, Martin, and today we're going to be looking at crypto hitting targets. If you're catching this from live, welcome. If you're catching the replay, you know what to do. Hit a like, hit the bell, hit the sub, join us in the Discord. Whatever it is that you want to do. Thank you all for being here. Tristan, what's up, my friend? How's it going? Nice to see you live, bringing facts. Good to see you here, my friend, as well. Thank you guys for being part of this awesome crypto community. Let's get rolling and see what's happening with crypto. Man, market cap going up, hitting targets, right? Rejection of a resistance line. A 2.5 trillion, right? Talked about that area. We're in this range. We talked about we could go up here, hit it. Or worst case scenario, we could drop down here. Again, we're unclear because we're not getting any clear indicators daily, mainly, of anything bearish or anything bullish. As you can tell, we're consolidating the zone. And with the bounces that we're getting, right, we can definitely see that we are making some triangle type of formation, right? And it seems to be a symmetrical triangle, right, if we look at it like that. And now that we just confirmed that we are bouncing here and we're no longer going to keep dropping because we weren't here yesterday, right? So on Wednesday, which would have been the Thursday candle because right now we're open on Friday, we would have noticed, that we are, in fact, now creating that triangle. We couldn't call it before, right? Because Wednesday we hadn't closed, or we had closed this candle, or we were live on this candle when I was live. So we weren't here yesterday. We're here for today. All right. So again, dates are a little bit moved, but it's all good. So again, we weren't confirming that. Now we have it. Now we can talk about the triangle, right? What do triangles break? Unfortunately for us, triangles break 50-50. It's a consolidation pattern, right? It could go either way, particularly if they're symmetrical, right? If they're downsloping, they're going to tend to break to the upside. If they're upsloping, they tend to break the downside, right? So, for symmetrical, it's a 50-50 chance, right? What we can infer from this is that we are quite deep into the pattern, okay? How do we know we're quite deep into the pattern? We measure it. We go from here and we go to, whatever maturity would be. For maturity to be reached, we would, draw the lines as long as they go, see where they cross, right? And then we take a measuring tool and go from the candle we're starting to where it matures 100%, right? And go, okay, well, it's going to hit 100% somewhere between April 20th, which is the halving day, right? Estimated halving day, 4/20/2024, palindrome, right? You read it backwards, it's going to be the same thing. Or it could be the day before, which happens to be, depending on where you're at in the world, where this is going to be shifting, right? So it's an interesting day that we're seeing maturity 100% at that level. What we do know about triangles, though, is that they don't break 100% maturity. They break around 75%. So if this here, we say it's 37 bars, right? A quarter, minus 25%, right? That's like what? That's 5, that'll be 20, that'll be like 7 bars, more or less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're looking for a break somewhere on here. Between here would be the 11th or 12th, somewhere around this range, over 75%. We're looking for that potential break to happen, right? What's up, CBA? How you doing, man? That's a break, right? Boom. So somewhere around here, we're looking for that break to happen. Well, we're going to be watching, right? Good stuff. So we talked triangles. We talked how they trade, where you can look for stuff to happen, right? I'm just going to leave this a little bit more tight on, so we can have that large cross, but I'm going to leave this here, and just for tickles, we're going to change the color and make that blue. That way we know it is a triangle and it's a pattern that we're looking at, not resistances, right? So cool, that's a blue color. With that into account, I am going to go to the Bitcoin, right? Again, what can we do? Well, if we bounce, right now, our immediate support is going to be down here, right? We're bouncing, right? So we're going to hit down here. Rejection of that line, boom, we're going to hit somewhere around here and then try to bounce. If we bounce again, resistance immediately at 2.5 trillion, right? Getting above there, we're going to be coming up here somewhere, right, depending on when we do it. Rejection of that zone, midline, then try to bounce. If not, bottom part and try to bounce. If not, we're breaking downside, right? That's how it goes. Measure is from the low to the high, right, the triangle move. And then we put that, and that's basically the move that we're going for. Cool. All right, talk triangles. Let's go check out Bitcoin at 67,755. What is Bitcoin doing, man? Well, first of all, we gotta wait for it to load because it's slow AF for loading. There we go. Again, similar thing to market cap. Surprise, surprise. Again, now we can call this. We couldn't call it yesterday because I wasn't here. But we couldn't call it 2 days ago when I was here because I already explained. This wasn't there. We hadn't confirmed this, right? So what's going on here on cool things happening for Bitcoin? Again, we're probably very much looking at around the same date for that crossing, right? The 20th, right? 20th, 19th, 20th. But if we zoom in, you remember where I said Bitcoin was going to go on a moving up? Resistance, right? 69,000. Where do we go? 69,000. We rejected. We went slightly higher, but we're still rejecting that zone. If we do move down, 66,994 to try to hold us a support. Don't think 64,900. That would have us break the triangle. We could wick it, but not close below it, right? Otherwise, we're breaking that triangle. We're looking for that moving down. Again, triangle, consolidation, 50-50 break, right? Could go either way. That's how triangles work. I don't make the rules. I just tell you what happens. They usually bring 50% to the upside, 50% to the downside, right? At least for symmetrical triangles. All right, 4-hour chart. Man, coming in lower, more negative momentum, lower on the other side. We already discussed this portion, right? Ad nauseum the other day. Now let's zoom in here and see if there's anything going on here. And we do have some hidden divergence. Surprise, surprise. That's why we're stagnating here. That's why we're struggling at this level, right? Hidden bearish. That's going to put pressure on the price. It's going to make us try to make us move down if we allow it. But again, we're in a larger pattern of consolidation. So the movement down again is not going to be weird if we see it at the 66,994, right? We know it's within the triangle. We could even see it slightly lower, just not 64,900. Maybe for a wick on the daily, that means that this 4-hour could technically close here. It just has to recover by the end of the day and get back into the triangle structure. But for a shorter move, we have the hidden divergence. We only have it against the MACD, not against the RSI, and that's where we're seeing this struggle happening, right? We're also, right, getting some kind of, it's not a dragonfly. All right. I was going to look for a dragonfly doji, but it's not. There's some kind of wick to the upside, so it's all good. So, with that into account, we are having just the bearish divergence. Again, a lot of pushback by the bulls, not letting the price drop. So that bullish momentum that we're building here seemed to have carried onto this red candle. Now we're still struggling to hold it. But if we recover that momentum, we could, in theory, continue on a moving up. And that just has us still trade within the triangle, right? That's how it rolls. Cool stuff. Neutral at 53.12 on the RSI. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, man. What is going on here? What is happening with this, man? Look at this move. Boom. All right. There it is. Are we going to have divergence? I think we might. I'm not even sure. I just drew a line. Yeah, we do. Great. It's hidden bullish. There it is, right? I'm going to zoom in here for a little bit for us to tell. Look at it. I think it is there. Yeah, it's slightly there, right? Negative momentum. We can see here it's 33 something, 33.75. And here's 44. Again, this candle's still live. I just don't usually like to call them when they're live because they could still, you know, pump in value, right? And that's going to drop that and no longer going to have it. But for now we have it. We're starting to develop it. And that could tell us that we're looking for that action to the upside, right? That correction to move up. So, yeah, cool stuff. So, neutral at 55.69. So, not getting any congruent data, right? Daily doesn't have anything bullish or bearish for the short term. 4 hours says bearish, right? Hidden bearish. 1 hour says hidden bullish. We're in a triangle. We're consolidating. We know we're going to get like sideways motion, and that's what we're getting in the triangle, right? Yet not decided for a break. Cool stuff. So how are we going to play this? We got to wait. It's a waiting game, right? This basically has become a waiting game. On the daily, the waiting game looks like this. We're going to keep trading the zone until we break it. When? Maybe around the 11. That's what we stated, right? It's up to here. That's when we should be breaking it. So it could be going like this, you know. Boom, 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 boom. Either we break the upside or we break the downside. Whichever the case is. Going to be looking for a mesh remove of the triangle. What's the mesh remove of the triangle? We go from low point. Oh, not that. All right, same thing. We're gonna do the high point, and then we end at the low point, right? I just want to touch points, and then we look for the move. If we break the downside, whenever we break, so around the 11th or so. If that is the date that it comes to, we could break earlier, but you know, we're looking for something around the 11th. Looking for that moving down, right? 56K, not good. On the moving up around the 11th, right? So that'll be that date. Go there, and we are looking for that movement up. 79,000, right? Is it 79,000? Yeah, 79,000. We're looking actually at 81,000. So that could spark the next rally, breaking out of this triangle, right? That'll be a nice pattern to break out of, right? Right on. Cool stuff. Fact says Ethereum falling behind versus Bitcoin. Should have stayed. POW. Like prisoner of war POW or POW like pow pow? I'm not sure. All right, let's go check out Ethereum. Ethereum at 3,307. Yes, it is lagging. It's not having, I mean, it's having a triangle consolidation. It doesn't look as good as Bitcoin though, right? Oh, proof of work. All right. That's what we're talking about. Like staking, proof of work, proof of stake, all that good stuff. Awesome. I had proof of stake 2 nights ago. It was delicious. Bad jokes for the win. Again, by this time, my brain's like freaking fried, guys. So, I really wish I could stream earlier. All right, there we go. Look at that. Oh, brain's not good. Guys, by this time, really, I'm fried. I've been waking up like super early in the mornings for the new gig that I got going on. It's just fucking pain in the ass, dude. Like, by the time I wake up, it's still dark outside. I think the chickens haven't even, like, the roosters haven't even cried. Or crowed, or whatever the freaking roosters do. Roosted. Cockadoodle dude, whatever it is they do. Yeah, it's super early, man. So by the time the stream's coming, dude, I'm almost like shutting down. All right. Good stuff. Let's keep rolling, man. I know. It's a good stream, man. It's a good stream. I'm just having fun. I enjoy being here. It's a blast. I'm glad to be back. That's all that matters to me, that I'm back and that y'all are hanging out with me and having fun. All right. Ethereum, where's it going to go? If we move down again, this triangle's not going to the 20. This is going to break by 13. But considering that this follows Bitcoin, if Bitcoin keeps trading in the triangle, this is going to break sideways. It's not really going to break the triangle, okay? Just like leaving that just for general knowledge, okay? That, well, if like, yes and no, because if Bitcoin breaks around the 11th, this is going to basically be getting somewhere on here. And then we break, right? But if Bitcoin goes a little bit later, it's still going to be in here, right? Right, yeah, it's all about the chilling time and talking with like-minded individuals. It's amazing. Yep, that is true. All right, so if we do move down, where are we looking for? 2,300. I'm not going to like that move. I'm going to tell you guys flat out, if Ethereum goes there, I'm going to, like, flip out. Like, literally, I'm going to flip out, man. That's going to be shitty. Particularly because I'm heavier towards Ethereum right now. So I'm not going to want to see that move. If it breaks to the upside, hey, I'm going to be really happy. 4,400. Is that going to be breaking all-time highs? I think it might be breaking all-time highs. Can't remember where the all-time high for Ethereum was. No, it was up here, I think. 4,800. Yeah, that was all-time highs. We're going to be getting towards all-time highs, not reaching all-time highs. All right. Hopefully we hit that move. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be excited if we go there, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope that's not the case. Good stuff. Like, as you can tell, we're really not balancing with strength, right? Out of the triangle. Like, we're at the bottom portion. Unlike Bitcoin, that is doing a little bit better, right? Other than that, really nothing bearish or bullish here. It's just kind of bland, right? It's just kind of like, yeah, well, we're not doing anything, right? We're just chilling. Similar stuff, right? We had the inverse head and shoulders. Bitcoin did great. Bitcoin went all the way up here. Ethereum was like I'm too weak. I hadn't had my steak yet. Whatever. All right. What are we doing, man? We're like at support? Yeah, we're like below support. All right, so we're resistance. 3,324. I mean, lower, more negative momentum. Higher, less negative, higher still. Neutral at 40.59. Okay, so unlike Bitcoin, I don't think we're going to have divergence bearish here. I got to zoom in because it looks really, really tight as a line. All right, so this is 12.5 and this is 11.4. So slightly lower. Coming down and also lower in there. So nothing bearish. That's good, I guess, right? I mean, that's as good as it can get. The reason we're facing that resistance is because Bitcoin's resisting. But let's see if we have anything bullish here. Like, it's going to help us. We had some strong bullish divergence. Really not seeing come into play, right? It's like kind of like, yeah, we rallied, but it was like bland. It was like grits, right? Like not good grits, but like bad grits. Have you ever had grits? It's like the plainest shit you'll ever eat. If it's badly prepared, it's like flavorless, man. It's like grits. Like that's what this was. Like not even plain vanilla yogurt. Like grits. It's like nothing, dude. Like really bland move. If you like grits, I'm sorry. I don't like grits. Only when they make them good, they put flavorings on them, I like them. If it's just regular grits, hell's no. You might like grits, that's all good. Again, not bashing on grits. I'm going to get the grit haters coming in and be like, yeah, man, grits are good. But it's all good, no worries. Again, you do your stuff. Different strokes for different folks. I'm not a grits person. There we go, man. Cool. All right, so we have some bearish divergence on the 1 hour, right? Strong action downside. That's what we're failing it, right? By the way, some guys might not know what like grits is, so I'm gonna show an image of grits. Like this is like bad grits, dude. That just looks flavorless. It's like the plainest stuff you'll ever see. Like this grits looks good. It has butter. That's probably gonna be tasty. Like that's like. Blah. It's like just white matte mush placed there. Right. Well, I mean, you can have good grits. Like, look at that, man. That's grits with shrimp. That looks freaking tasty. I will eat that. Right? Like, look at that, man. That looks okay. That shrimp don't look that good. But that one is just like white puke on a plate. That one doesn't look appetizing at all. Right? But that's the deal with grits. Some people like it, some people don't. Yeah, right? So, yeah, for me, it's hit miss. If it's bad, it's just freaking plain. I don't like it. If it's just like flavorless stuff, like I'd rather eat like I think a shoe or something. Probably the soul's going to have more flavor and better history. But if it's well prepared, I have no problem, right? You had it with sugar. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that sugar is what's going to give it the flavor, right? It's what's going to make it taste good. It's like oatmeal, man. I like oatmeal. A lot of people hate it. But I like oatmeal because I put stuff in it to make it taste good, right? Like I put like cocoa powder and like, cinnamon and, cranberries and probably honey or maple syrup. And then it no longer tastes like, freaking oatmeal. It tastes like something yummy. If it was just like oatmeal with milk or water, it's probably not going to be really tasty. Right. So again, yeah. Same thing with grits. Right. So yeah. Anyways, let's move out of the food talk because now I'm starting to get hungry. Yeah, all right. So bearish divergence, moving down on that. That's why we're failing to get any kind of motion to the upside, and that's why it's probably underperforming, right? It's kind of doing its own thing, but not really doing its own thing, right? Yeah. Neutral at 45.80. Yeah, back to the money, right? Screw the food, back to the money. What's up, Scrog? All right, cool. That's it. That's it for Ethereum. I'm not really seeing anything else here that is bullish. We might have some hidden bullish. No, we don't. We're coming in lower, more negative momentum and lower. So why the hell am I looking for hidden bullish? I think I already said we didn't have anything else. All right, cool. That's it for Ethereum, right? Ethereum in theory should follow Bitcoin. If it isn't, and it's, separating a little bit, it's fine. Not really worried. At some point in time, it's going to have to play catch up. It's just like, with Bitcoin halving, a lot of commotions around Bitcoin, right? Crypto, like as a whole, but many more things going towards Bitcoin than the rest, right? Because a lot of the attention is on the halving, right? Any alts doing anything fun? I'm not sure, man. That's a good question. Let me check real quick. I don't have the same list I used to have. I reduced a lot of things. I'm still not down to like 30 coins, which is what they asked for. So I actually gotta get to like 29, so I could like close and open a chart consistently. It's just that we have so much stuff that I haven't had a chance to look at anything. Grayscale light contrast went up 6%. Right, but again, that's like on day trade stuff. Not like actually crypto trading, but kind of, but not really. And now my thing's stuck. Oh, it sounded off. My computer's stuck. All right. I'm trying to look for a different chart, something that might have done something. Let's see. That I might have open here. That's not it. This might be a chart I can close. What is this? Ripple liquidity index. Why the hell do I want a Ripple liquidity index chart? Let's close that one. All right. I'm checking off the side. I'm really not seeing anything that's pumped a lot. Tesla went up 1.62%. If anyone's interested. Hello, Tesla. That's the 1 hour. Let's go to the daily. What is Tesla doing, man? Oh, Tesla's taking a massive dip. Elon must be happy. Look, last time we called for Tesla was bearish, and we moved down. Great. Ain't that awesome? All right, so I want to get rid of this stuff. It's old. Old AF. It's not going to do us any good. Can trade the old stuff, right? But if you like Tesla, it went up 1.62%. Hey. Wow, now this thing's starting to get stuck left and right. How do I know? I'm moving my mouse, and now it's telling me to wait. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I know what happened. It probably wants to delete the MACD, and that's what kind of like froze up on me. And now when I bring it back, or the RSI, and now when I bring it back, it's going to freeze up again. And it's just going to take a little bit. Sorry, guys, we're having technical difficulties. Some dude hit the delete button, and now something's happening, and this thing's freaking out. We just got to wait for it to calm down. See, there we go. I deleted something. That's why. Now, when I bring it back, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to freak out again, and then it's going to put all the information. Because I have it on so many charts open, and there's so much data that it has to remove everything, and now it has to bring everything back. So, hey, right. There we go. And now it's going to ask me to wait again. Sorry about that. Stuff that happens. Alrighty. Cool. And that usually happens if I don't select, the lines properly, and I just hit delete. It deletes the indicator, and it just freaks out. All right, cool. So Tesla went up. Anything cool with Tesla as far as trading goes? Well, we had all this stuff up here before, like a Tesla halving, right? Like, not halving, but, basically the stock got, like, split. And that's why all those lines are there, making no sense. But that split's no longer there, so let's get rid of all this old stuff for Tesla. All right, so let's zoom in here. Let's see what the Tesla's doing, man. Tesla could be a good trade. Not gonna lie. Let's just zoom in a little bit more. I want to concentrate on this last bit. Not for bullish or bearishness, for pattern building, okay? So Tesla, some kind of downsloping consolidation, but it doesn't look too aggressive, right? Like here we had a good head and shoulders inverse that eventually broke to the upside. It would have been a good trading opportunity. trying to figure out how I'm gonna play this. I might try to do a channel first and see how that works before I bring anything else out here. Will that work? And if it works, then we're looking at the bottom portion of the channel. Oh, there we go. So I think something like that is gonna work for us. I'm just trying to match points here. I'm trying to match that, and then try to match the second touch point would be there and there. So not quite where I need to be. All right, but that one we can move down a little bit. Can we? Yep. All right, so it's not the cleanest looking channel, right? Not the cleanest looking channel, but it kind of works for what we need, which is just a downsloping trend that should be tending to break to the upside. All right, more towards the short-term move. I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna bring this line. So this might do us a little bit more justice here. So we try to break to the opposite of that line, but reversed it on the next day. And then here, I'm just gonna use the 2 touch points there. And as you can tell by using the touch point there and there, we get a pretty good support line that has been holding, right? And then by using touch point there and kind of like there, we did try to break, but we didn't. Next day undid that move, and it is kind of like a downsloping channel. But if I was using the channel, I was getting some outliers, right? And more towards this portion, and it was starting to look bad. So I'm doing this. It's like a really broad, like fallen wedge. It's not a broadening wedge. It's a fallen wedge. But it's just so broad that it almost looked like a channel, right? If you would drag this for like ever, it would eventually like intersect, right? All right, so that's what I'm looking at here. Do we have anything cool happening in Tesla? I'm gonna fib this, dude, because I'm positive that we're fibbing or we're hitting stuff with a fib. So that's a low, that's a high. I'm assuming match those points a little bit better. See where we're at. Yeah, that one's good, and that one's a little bit lower. All right, there we go. All right. So Tesla, from low to high, came back down, hit at 382, tried to bounce, right? Came back down to the 50, tried to bounce, rejected 236. Came back down to the 618 again, tried to bounce, rejected 50%. Right now, we're slightly below the 618 right now, rejecting it for today. So our next target is going to be the 786, but ultimately, that would be a deep retrace, right? Ultimately, if we hit that zone, we would be looking for that price to bounce back up and potentially break out of that channel, right? So, yeah, that's what I'm looking for Tesla right now, which kind of sucks, really not a lot. I thought it was going to be more interesting. Yay. We looked at Tesla. Crypto, back to crypto. Yeah, not of what I have here, not a lot of alts pumping. BCH, right? Bitcoin Cash seems to have done good today. 5% to the upside. So, hey, there's something, right? So that seems to be doing something different. I think Tristan asked about it. So this is an alt that's doing something, right? Impulse up, down sloping consolidation, impulsing up again. Very strong, right? And right now we're still running on the upside. That's freaking cool. How much has this made? See, from here to here? Like fucking 200% in like 71 days? That's some good dough, right? That's some good dough. Not gonna lie. And from back here, bro, look at this. 2023 July, man. That's when we basically started this new wave of impulses, right? That'll be like 568%. That looks really freaking good. Man, why wasn't I not paying attention to this freaking coin? Right now, I'm like, oh, man, why haven't we looked at this before? All right, we're bouncing. We're going to go to resistance, right? Like right around here, 718. See if we get above it. If we do, we're going to be looking for 875. Otherwise, in a movement down, we're going to be targeting 495. That's a move, right? That's a move if it's not a move or something. And we do have some bearish divergence that is developing from here to here and from here to here. All right, so I'm just going to trace it as one shot. And it's going to go like that, right? Boom, right? Bearish divergence. Strong potential fraction to the downside. That's the move, right? Boom. So this move might be coming into an end, particularly at the resistance point if we do, again, targeting 497. Interesting, interesting. That's going to be on the to-watch list, right? It has to be on the watch list now. So we know it's doing interesting shit. I'm not going to go into the smaller timescales for this. I'm just interested in what it's going to do. I'm also going to look at SHIB. SHIB had a really freaking good setup. It's on my watch list. I told you guys SHIB was giving me like a crypto good feeling, right? Broke, hit that measure move, consolidating a little bit, right? I'm still not really doing a lot after that consolidation. If we were to fib this, I'm pretty sure we're bouncing at good levels. I wouldn't worry about too much about SHIB with that. Probably gonna do a deep retrace, 786 probably. Let's attach that to the top portion. Yeah, there we go. See 786 bounce, boom, hit spot on 3 times, boom, 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 right? Rejection of the 50%, come back down. We're gonna get to get above that 50 and then start to reclaim higher portions. So SHIB's still looking good for me. Like if you ask me, SHIB is a good project to potentially get into. Andrew requested a coin. I'm not sure, Andrew, if I have that coin here, man. Like, is it in a different exchange? By the way, not like I was not paying attention to. I know you asked for like BOME, BOME. Just let me know what exchange is on, and we'll check it out. Okay. Do I still think there's life in SHIB? I mean, maybe there's Martians and like, you know, aliens in SHIB. But there is some kind of life on it, right? It's not looking bad. It has some nice movement, right? Nice impulse, nice consolidation. Yeah. Right now, it's not looking too bad, right? And SHIB still, again, looking for some good recovery to reach the all-time high. Now, I'm not sure it's going to get up here, right? But if you look at it and how it's behaving, it's certainly performing better than a lot of other projects. Particularly if you zoom out and you see like, oh, impulse up, consolidation pattern, right? Freaking sweet. Now, the thing with SHIB in general is it's starting to look like Bitcoin to some extent as far as a triangle consolidation pattern forming, right? We had the down-sloping channel, right? That's already played. But if we were to bring this like this, right, or something like that, and then we were to bring this up like that, right? Look at that. We're getting to around the same date, to around like the 20, what is this, the 23rd of April. We're looking for a break. It's looking a lot like Bitcoin, right? And again, that can be adjusted depending on where I'm anchoring. So if I anchor from here, that thing's going to become a little bit steeper, right? And it's probably going to go here. And I'm just getting 2 touch points, but that now 8 up a day. Now we're looking at the 22nd. So there we go, right? And yeah, that's about it. So 22nd. All right, to meet pattern completion for that triangle. Yeah. Oh, is it 0.00027 now? Yeah, that's where it's at right now. Yeah, so it's probably back when you entered, way back then, right? Oh, man. All right, let's see what else, man. SHIB, I believe this project can perform good just by looking at the technicals, right? But again, this is going to be Bitcoin dependent. And Bitcoin right now is in a consolidation phase. This played amazing with that down-sloping channel. We called this one a while back. I told you guys she was looking like a great setup. And if you would have taken that trade, it would have paid off, right? We drew this like before that break. So we're like probably somewhere down here. So I will even say we're like here. So if you would have got, and at that point in time, we would have gotten 26% return in like a matter of days. Everything seems crypto. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, the only thing that is not Bitcoin dependent is the, like, you know, super small project. So like Jake's into this project, right? I'm just gonna bring it in real quick. Jake's into this project. Let's see where it's at. Right. So yeah, I kind of got bounced and back down, but Jake is heavily in this project, I think. And yeah, this project has some life, but if you want to get some like stupid returns like this on a day, like 1,289%, that's not gonna be Bitcoin dependent. That's just like on the small projects. But you know, those things are like you could be in for a rug pull, you could be in for like something like weird going on. You know, high risk, you know, high reward, but super high risk, right? Liquidity is going to be a big factor. Apparently, this was a day with a lot of liquidity. You can tell there's a lot of volume. This day also had a lot of volume trading, right? It's about the same move. So you could at least had an extra day to quit, but you know what happens? This thing hits, your psychological things kicks in, and then you're like, no, this is going to go higher. This is going to go higher. Fucking greed also takes over, right? You're like, no, this is going to keep going, man. He just took an insane pump. It's just going to keep going. It has to keep going. Guess what happens afterwards? Reality sinks in, right? 3 days later, you lost everything almost. Right? So with this trade, you got to take the profits, right? You got to take profits. That's huge, right? When you said that's a huge channel, it reminded me of like the Deuce Bigelow. When they're like, that's huge. When he was like dating the really, really tall lady. Anyways, if you want to get something crazy like this that's not Bitcoin dependent, you have to go for the small projects, all right? Otherwise, you're looking at more standard stuff like this candle here, like, you know, was it 58%? It's not standard by all means, but you know, you're looking for more standard moves on crypto, right? If you're going for the big projects, they're gonna be like more subdued moves. They're not gonna be as crazy. While if you're going for the small, for like, you know, the super small projects, you can get those super wild swings where you can capitalize on those. Man, you can make some quick bucks there, right? But again, that requires a lot of research and being into all these small projects and being paying attention to what's going on. Ample's also up 5%. Ooh, that took a massive, massive drop though. Ample fourth. Oh, weird. Massive drop, trying to get some rebound, but not really doing that great. I mean, it did good, but not great at the move, right? It would like to get an insane dive. Yeah, 26% in 2 days, right? So this would be looking for a retrace where it's at right now. Like if you were to like look at this, right? We're not doing that retrace yet, but we have hit very close to that 236, right? That could get us above that and keep climbing. All right. So this could be in for like an interesting setup. If it gets above the 236, right? Because then you're looking for like at least to get some good money in this range, right? So 40% almost. Considering that it doesn't keep going up, but you know, if it just does a retrace to the 618, you're looking at least at a 40% profit. This could be a very interesting setup to play. We need to find other stuff on the technicals by all means. So we would have to go to like the 4 hour and see if there's like anything else. Like definitely you can see here that there's some bullish divergence strong developing, right? From MACD RSI. 1 hour chart, you know, similar stuff. Coming in lower, less than that negative momentum, higher. So strong bullish on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, right? Starting to climb on the daily. Getting above here, you could definitely see this project, you know, starting to climb back up. So this could be a nice, interesting entry for Ampleforth, all right? And that's it. I mean, everything else is like kind of like in the gutter. Everything is like bleeding red. Just a quick look at what's going on for you guys to understand what I'm saying, that almost everything else in the gutter. As you know, for today, let's see if I can do it. Like, is there like a 24-hour? There isn't. And I think if I bring this, it's gonna look good, but we know it's not good, right? Because everything's red right now. But yeah, it's not gonna do us any good to look at this. Maybe in the 1 hour chart, it's gonna be. Is it gonna update? Yeah, it's not looking good. Okay. All right. So Bitcoin's on the red. Everything's on the red. This just takes like the last 24 hours, and the last 24 hours are still green. But we know that today we're opening towards the red. It might be looking to recover some of that, but it's not looking the hottest, right? Like 1 hour Bitcoin. Again, right, on the red. The weird thing is if I bring this over, like the 1 hour Bitcoin says green, right? Like I said, 1 hour, Bitcoin says like, oh, it's 0.17% up. Hells no, we know it's not the case, right? We're looking at this hour trading. It's down. What this does is it takes the last hour plus this hour, right? So last hour plus this hour. So 1 hour from now, like a literal 1 hour. So like you will be starting the candle at, you know, what is it? Like it's 9:29 for me. So like 8:29 here to 9:29, and it'll take that hour into consideration, right? So you'll take that trade. And if like we were to go on to like, you know, the minute. So just for a quick reference, I'm going to do the 5 minute, right? So we're going to take like an hour, right? Well, like, so from here, we're going to go, what is it? Like 22:30. So we're going to go to like 21:30. Or like 21:30, 21:30. There we go. So it's taking some like, you know, like this for like from here to here, or from here to here where we're at, or whatever the case is. And that's what's telling us is the case. So the movement's very little. It's like 0.17% upside because it's like grabbing a little hour, right? Which kind of sucks. All right, you close your Tesla short too soon? Yeah. Yeah. Tesla's interesting. Not sure how good they're going to be doing. Now they got a ton of competition. You know, a lot of government, like, you know, financing they were getting is not there. Because now it's being shared by other companies. You American companies that do work in America are having a lot of preference. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Tesla and how they adapt for electric car markets, right? All right. Cool stuff. All right, it's like, I'm not even sure what time. I'm just going to call it a stream, guys. Super late. I'm starting to feel like really tired. I'll be here tomorrow for another edition of Crypto. Again, markets are there. We talked about the moves. We hit the targets that we called for, you know, upside and potential targets to the upside and downside. You knew guys, you know, what the targets were. We also just drew the triangles, the mighty triangles, where we're going to trade and potentially break out of, hopefully to the upside. I don't want to see it like Ethereum go like the 2,000 and change. But that's where we're at with this, okay, in general. I'll be here tomorrow for another edition of Crypto. All right, I hope you guys have an amazing time. I had a blast being here. Although I'm like fried, I just need to get some rest. And I'll be here tomorrow for another edition of Crypto. Again, guys, until then, Andrew, man, I asked you about, you know, like where I would again look at the coin that you pointed out, but I didn't see it. Scrog, you said Ethereum to like Bitcoin chart. I know. But the thing is, I don't have the Bitcoin to Ethereum chart. I kind of closed that one, so I only have this one's available, right? For Ethereum. So I cannot bring it up because I would need to close a lot more of the stuff that, you know, I haven't closed. Yep, that's it for tonight. I'll catch you again tomorrow for another edition of Crypto, guys. Until then.